Hi, everybody. Welcome to CI Heartland's Heart to Heart interviews. I am so excited to have Mr. Jim Ruebsam on today from the Daniel and Henry Company. Hi, Jim. How are you?
Hi, Kathy. Hello, everyone. I'm doing great.
Good. Happy Friday, right?
Happy Friday, absolutely.
There you go. So I just told Jim the purpose of these interviews is just to have fun and just to get to know our members a little bit better. Ooh, I'm stumbling here. So first question, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. How long have you been involved with CEI? Do you know?
13 years, I believe.
I was going to say, I know the answer. So
I think that's the right answer. It's somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, because we kind of came in at the same time, just about. I think I came in like a little tiny bit before you, but yeah. Yes. Do you remember your first event that you came to by any chance?
I'm wanting to say it was a lunch and learn. I'm pretty sure it was.
I remember where it was too. I don't know if you do. It was at United Services, actually. We had a mold, I think it was like a mold program there.
Yeah. I gave that seminar, actually. I forgot.
Yes. Awesome. So what role do you serve on this at CEI Heartland? Like, what committees are you on, and tell us about how long you've been on the board and all of that.
Sure. So I've served many roles over the years. I did a 6-year stint on the board that ended in 2016, I believe, including a year as president. I got roped back in. I'm back on the board somehow. So I am currently the vice president of the board. Happy to do it. It's such a great team right now. I also serve on the communications and outreach committee, and which I've served on for almost my entire tenure. Maybe had a little bit of a break here and there, but
long time.
I've been on that committee the entire time.
Yes, and now you're stuck on it. We won't let you off. Right? So was there somebody in the beginning that maybe encouraged you to get more involved, or was there something that made you decide to join CEI?
Linda Schweppe. Linda Schweppe, former president of Community Managers Associates, now retired. She always called me kid, and I think I called on them, and she said, "Oh, kid, if you're not a CAI member, we're not doing business with you." So, and quickly after that, I got to know Marvin Notiff very well.
Yeah.
Considered him a mentor. Started having lunch with him. He was in our office a few times, and there was a few other. Bob Klages, of course. Still consider him a mentor to this day. Probably one of the most knowledgeable people in the industry. And then finally, Judy Rosen, also retired, but I loved hanging out with Judy, and again, just a wealth of knowledge. So we had a really good core of people, and a lot of them are still around.
I know, we're so lucky. We do. We have some great people, and I really miss seeing Judy and Linda, because they were both some of my early mentors too. So I love that you mentioned that. Do you have a favorite CEI Heartland event that you'd like to attend?
Oh gosh, the vendor manager reception. I think that's probably the easy answer, but it is one of the times we kind of get to let our hair down and just enjoy each other's company without, I love the educational events, love everything else,
Sure.
But getting to know the great people in CAI Heartland is really part of the fun. And as Bob Klages coined the term "fierce friends,"
Yes.
have made them. And that's one of the times where we just get to hang out and be friends. So
yeah, I love that. In fact, I interviewed Bob earlier this week, and we were talking about how Fierce Friends kind of came about. So yeah, I love that. Do you have a favorite CEI Heartland memory?
Oh gosh, CAI Heartland memory. What was the anniversary we celebrated? It was in the hotel ballroom.
25, and I think was it 20 or 25 years? It had to be 25. It had to be 25.
It was a 25-year anniversary, because all of those founding members were there. honoring Marvin and Judy and many of those others that really paved the way for the rest of us. Yeah. And it was just a fun time.
It was. We're actually celebrating our 35th anniversary this year. That was 10 years ago, Jim. That was a long time ago. Yeah.
I feel a little old, but that's okay.
So if you were in a room with a bunch of business partners that maybe didn't know about CEI, what would you say to them to get them to maybe join or start participating in events and get more involved in CEI?
Absolutely. Our firm is involved in many trade organizations, and CAI has been by far the most impactful for our business in a positive way. You really need to learn the industry inside and out to be able to properly service community associations, trustees, and property managers. And CEI allows that. While I'm in the insurance industry, I love to be able to solve other problems for our clients, whether it be legal or restoration or electrical or whatever it is, because I know somebody that does that and does that well for community associations. So it is the ROI on the investment is tremendous, and strongly encourage all vendors that are even thinking about doing business in the community association industry to not only pay those annual dues, but also get involved, show up. That's really where you get your bang for your buck.
Great promo for CI there. I love that. Thanks, Jim. That's awesome.
I'll take Jackie Thomas for cash.
I'll send you some lunch. How's that sound? There you go. Is there something that you'd like to share about yourself that maybe our members might not know about you?
I, one time, flew one way to Panama City, Panama, and spent 3 months backpacking to San Diego, California.
Wow. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Wow.
Figured, yeah. So I was a bit of an adventurous spirit until my mid-20s.
Okay. So how old were you when you did that?
22.
Okay.
I believe. So one of many adventures, but that was a big one.
I love that. That's awesome. Do you have a crazy story about the industry that you can share?
That I can share?
Or just something crazy that's happened in the industry that people might want to know about?
Most of them involve claims with my clients.
Okay.
I really don't want to throw any of them bus.
No, that's okay.
Community association claims, I'll just say there are a lot of big personalities in this industry serving on boards, and I've had both the pleasure and sometimes displeasure of interacting with some of those big personalities, in some challenging situations, but still love what I do. And there's a lot of craziness goes on. Again, I don't think I'm going to share any.
You're fine. You'd be surprised some of the things that I've heard, though, doing these interviews.
I'm innocent here. So slightly guilty as well.
Very diplomatic. I love it. So that's a good segue to the next question. So I know it's been a really trying year for all of our members, just everybody in general. Is there something like, what's the most challenging thing that you're facing in the industry right now?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us are people persons. I'm one of those. I like to be around people. I mean, working from home is great. There's a certain amount of freedom of it, but at the end of the day, I and many of my peers in the industry, I think you as well, just really enjoy the company of fellow members. And not having that for almost a year and a half has been tough. Zoom's great, but it's not the same. So really excited about getting back together in person here in the near future, vendor manager reception and other in-person events coming up. And so that's probably been the most challenging aspect. And but we're getting through it. We're stronger. And I think our chapter is going to be, there's a lot of positive things going on.
Absolutely. I love that. Good. So now comes the fun time where I get to ask you some fun questions. Are you ready? Everyone gets nervous about this, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So, favorite St. Louis restaurant?
Oh goodness. There's so many great ones. Favorite St. Louis restaurant. Pappy's.
Okay. I've never been there. I have to go there. Where's that at?
Midtown. Great barbecue.
Okay, I'll try that. Favorite family vacation? I know you guys have been. If anybody follows Jim on Facebook, they know that him and his family go on some incredible vacation. So, got a good vacation place?
We are a very outdoorsy family. Probably my favorite. We spent 12 days in Glacier National Park a couple of years ago. I have 3 younger kids, and we all strapped backpacks on our back and went backpacking for several days in the mountains, and my kids were champs. I was a proud papa. And it was a very tough trip, but fun and rewarding.
And how old are your kids?
I have 12-year-old twins and an 8-year-old.
I remember when I think your youngest was born when you were on the board the first time.
My twins were born, and Patrick McClanahan, Peter Glanville, and Tom Rena took me out for scotch and cigars to celebrate.
I love that. That's awesome.
Very nice. It was a nice gesture and a nice memory.
That's awesome. What was the last thing you recorded on TV?
Oh gosh. Last thing I recorded on, I don't watch a lot of television. Probably baseball. Yeah, we just have baseball games.
Same.
Cardinals games, recording pretty much every one of them. So St. Louis Cardinals.
There you go. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to and why?
1966, because man, there's a lot of good concerts that I would love to attend in the mid to late 60s.
That's awesome. So do you have a favorite band now that you said that? From the 60s? I have to ask,
Sure. It's actually kind of an obscure one. It's a local band from about 30 years ago called Uncle Tupelo.
Okay.
Belleville, Illinois, and they are the founding members of some much bigger bands that Wilco and Sunvolt, but yeah, they're kind of a country rock outfit.
I've never heard of them, but now I'm going to look them up.
Uncle Tupelo, they're phenomenal Belleville, Illinois natives, and they got their start playing in Cicero's basement.
Really? Okay. My husband's a huge live concert.
Yeah.
So we go to concert. I think we've probably been to over, I want to say close to maybe 1,000 over our almost 30 years together. We've been to a lot.
Good.
Yeah. Any new hobbies since COVID? What did you and your family do, or anything that you came up with in the last year?
Yeah. So I've always been a fisherman. I love the outdoors, but I have been both fly fishing and river fishing for smallmouth bass, which is kind of a new hobby, and I am completely addicted to it.
Awesome.
Try to go whenever I can, and even have my wife out there fishing. Anyone knows my wife is a pretty major accomplishment.
That's awesome. Is she enjoying it too? Obviously, since she's doing it with you.
Likes fly fishing. So
okay.
She's been a few times on a couple trips with me now, and has really enjoyed it.
Okay, cool. What form of transportation do you prefer? Air, boat, train, bike, or car?
I mean, if you can be on a boat, you're just happy. I'll say boat.
That sounds like Jenny Block. She's all about the boat. That's funny. If you could hire someone to help you, would it be for cleaning, cooking, or yard work?
Cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really good at it.
You have kids to do that, Jim. Hey,
they're finally old enough where they can kind of do a terrible job, and it's enough where I don't have to do, most of it.
I love that. Next thing. So you brought a piece of paper, right?
I did.
And a pen. Okay. So, I don't ask everybody, but I ask some people I won't tell you my system. I don't want people to figure it out. So I need you to draw something. Let me think. What did we just talk about? Can you draw some mountains for me, since you and your family went and saw mountains? Are you into art? Like, were you good at art in school and stuff like that, or no?
No, I wasn't bad. But if you don't keep up with it, as you know, it can kind of, you lose it a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
I'm horrible.
Mountains.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Pretty good. Good. Okay, now here comes the part where I give you 30 seconds to either you can plug your company, you can plug your favorite charity, you can plug something that you want to tell the members about. So go.
I'll take 15 seconds for my favorite charity, Angels Arms, which CAI has been gracious supporters of Angels Arms, which provides 13 homes for about 60 area foster children, providing them everything they need to thrive, and also keeping sibling groups from being separated in the foster care system. I serve on the board of Angels Arms and really strongly encourage anyone in the St. Louis area, if you want to have a local impact on youth, it's a great organization. And the Daniel and Henry Company, we turned 100 years old in October.
Wow.
Extremely proud. Been headquartered in St. Louis the entire time. And I believe we wrote our first association policy back in the 50s. And we still have a copy of the covenants. It was in the Central West End. So we've been doing this a long time. It's been a rewarding industry to work with, and we appreciate all the business and the support from our CAI peers.
Awesome. You did good. You got both of them in.
Probably went over a little bit, but
good job.
Added to my advertising bit.
And for those that don't know, Jim is also one of our diamond sponsors this year. So we're very grateful for those business partners that helped us during the crazy year that we had last year. So we thank you for that too, Jim.
It's worth every penny.
Thank you. We appreciate that. So we'll see you guys next time on Heart to Heart interviews with CI Heartland. Thanks, Jim.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.